Live.
We're live. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the fucking Crowded Room podcast. I'm Alex and he's Jer. Here's your intro music. All right.
Switch blade to a simple midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knock. Switch blade to a side with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switch blades serenaded in the moonlight. I was to the fucking sky cause the moon right. You know they say when the stars in my eyes really and I never don't wanna lie when the union arises. Street light shining, my time's arriving. I wanna start cause we been that vibing, been that driving, cruising by flying, living so fast, living by dying. Bumps up in the dark and we hang out with the Batman. Scars on my knuckles cause we fucking with the wolf gang. Switchblade shining, that bright winding. Stars in my eyes when the moonlight shines in. Murder rap all first track, killing shit cause I've been begging suicide. On the second out of here, just accepted knife swipe and you're doomed. Switchblade coming soon, chills on your spine. When we have up to the fucking moon, still shine bright, fast, bright, make it eyes one, short, nice, with the bright swirl. Love my fist like dance, my wrist smooth shine off the blade, just cruising through the mist, moving through the midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knock. Switch blade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switch blade serenaded in the moonlight. I was to the fucking sky cause the moon right. You know they say when the stars in my eyes really go running high. Never don't wanna lie when the union arises. It'll be the midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knock. Switch blade suicide with the wrist slice.
We're back from the deep blue sea, from the fucking dark end of the goddamn world. He has risen like a phoenix. Yeah, we just cut it. That was professional.
That's that. Yeah, very professional.
Like a phoenix from the ashes, I have risen. I have came back from the goddamn netherworld.
From the couch.
Yeah, the couch region.
Finally got up off the couch.
Yeah, and I've seen the other side, and I'm back to tell you my goddamn tale. I got my hair cut. I'm sure you guys love it. Holy fuck, was that last episode a goddamn bust?
See what happens when you're sick? God damn, I did what I could.
That's some good job security on my part, though. Like,
right?
When you take a day off, you hope that shit goes to shit.
Next time I get sick, you have to do
the show without me. I'll do cartwheels. I'll come fucking do a show standing on my fucking hands. Yeah, that was horrible. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. I have risen. Once again, Jesus walks, and I'm here to tell the tale about it. But yeah, holy fuck, that was a bad one with those guys just staring at their goddamn feet, answering one-word questions and whatnot.
He was a little sick for 2 days. Let's not exaggerate.
Who's saying this? Hey, fuck off. I have seen the goddamn far reaches, and I have traveled the path less traveled, and I'm back again. God damn, what is this bullshit?
Fuck, that's funny. Was that your first time having COVID?
That was my first time testing positive for it. I've never really tested.
Do you think you've had COVID before that?
I remember one night, like last year, where my smell and taste went away, but I wasn't sick at all. So that potentially could be it. But I mean, I had no other symptoms at all, so I didn't think it was worth even thinking about. And that only lasted like an evening kind of thing. But I remember, I think we were eating like Indian food or something, and usually like it's tastes galore, but nothing at all. And then it was kind of sad because like life is just a bunch of tastes and spices and stuff, and so all of a sudden you're like, oh, this sucks.
If you lost your sense of taste forever, that would be.
There's some people that have, and like doctors can only attribute it to like full on brain damage.
And like vampires, that's why they're depressed, right?
Yeah, because they can't have garlic on anything,
or they can't enjoy it. They lose their they can't feel anything or like
Right.
taste, enjoy anything.
Garlic's one of the best flavors I can think of. Yeah. So if you couldn't be around garlic, I'd be pissed.
Garlic, period. Yeah.
I'd bite people too. Yeah. But,
salt would be worse.
Well, yeah. If you couldn't have salt, just kill me now, Lord. I wouldn't have came back. I wouldn't have walked back from the far reaches of Mount Couch Manjaro.
Would have just let COVID take you.
I would have let it take. Yeah, I wouldn't have fought as hard as I did. You know, I would have given up and just laid there. Because it was an uphill battle. No, basically, it was about 2 days where like I did not want to get up. Like I didn't even want to read. I had a whole bunch of reading to do, and it was just like too much for my brain to sit there and stare at the words, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I literally just like kind of not sleeping, but just laid there with my eyes closed during the day. It was rough. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I was barely
how
hungry.
is that different than a normal weekend for you?
Yeah, exactly. A lot less drinking, basically.
Ryan says he's the 4-time COVID champ and nothing happened anytime.
Really? And no one's given me a goddamn trophy for it.
Lenny says, greetings from south of Boston. Alex, welcome back.
Lenny,
glad you're okay.
Thank you, Lenny. I really appreciate it. And Massachusetts is where that new monkeypox apparently popped up.
Yeah, that wasn't you, was it, Lenny?
Was that you, Lenny? No, it was someone who said they just got back from Canada, and
That's right.
it's pretty prevalent in Africa.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not a new thing at all. It's just never really left Africa before.
So if you were to go to Africa, you probably have to get your shots for that first then.
Oh, and a million other things.
I know. That's
right?
probably on the list of things.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Because I heard there is a vaccine for it that works really well.
Yeah. Yeah. When I went to Thailand, they wanted me to take like a whole bunch of shits. And I only went into the vaccination office about the weekend before I left. So she's like, no, you should have been here 6 months ago, kind of thing.
Yeah, because you won't be properly immune.
Yeah, I didn't get to do most of the stuff she wanted, and nothing happened at all. And then halfway through my trip, COVID hit the fucking fan or whatever. Yeah. And I remember when I was there, I had to stay home from training like one day because I had like a really bad stuffed nose. But other than that, you're just fine. I bounced right back out of it, trained and everything. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't COVID then, probably.
Well, that's just it. No one gives a fuck. No one knows. Cares, yeah. That's one thing I noticed from this. It doesn't matter who I was around before I got sick. Once I told them I was sick, nobody else was like, oh, I better go get tested. Like my girlfriend had a bunch of tests, like home tests. Yeah. And that's the only reason that I got tested too. My boss, my training partner, Alan there, no one gave a fuck. They're all like, oh yeah, I got a bit of a chest cold kind of thing.
Weird.
And everyone just kind of brushed it under the rug and never got tested, kept on keeping on. And it's odd. Like people are afraid of the implications of coming up with a positive test, because then that means you got it. It's kind of like herpes or something. Like everyone's like, I'm not going to go get tested for it.
Ryan's like, you got lucky and had clean lady boys.
Yeah, exactly. I was on the good part of the island. Shit. Yeah.
The test that you did, is that the one that they jam up your nose all over your brain?
Yeah, it tickles your goddamn brain, dude. Have you had a test?
Yeah, Christmas time I did 2 tests, and that sucks, dude.
Did you get positive?
I never actually had a positive test, but right after I was negative, I went and hung out with these people, like a group of people, and everybody there got COVID. Right, and so the next day I was sick, just like them. So I'm quite sure that I had COVID.
It's odd as hell. It like tickles your goddamn brain, and it makes me like tear up and stuff afterwards, right?
Oh yeah.
Because it's kind of like when you pull a goddamn nose hair out or something, right? It just like triggers your goddamn tear ducts. But yeah, nobody wants to do it. I go back to work after staying home for 5 days, and my boss is all like he has like a groggy voice and stuff.
Oh, he's been sick too.
And fucking
just work through it.
No test. No one gives a fuck, honestly. And it's kind of sad that like no one's owning up to the responsibility, right? Because that just perpetuates the goddamn sickness and throws it on down the line. And then it gives people like Trudeau and fucking Fauci shit to bitch about.
exactly.
Right? Like if you don't do your part at least, then what are you expecting them to fucking hand over the keys to our freedom and goddamn shit?
Lenny says the COVID infection rate in the Northeast is rising.
Right.
Shay says, Hank, Ryan, I did a test where I gargled and spat and it worked. And
Gargled and spat.
The nose jam is so uncomfortable. I got your back, Hank. I try to get the man to let you. Oh, yeah. So Shay will be driving past my house and Hank's waiting to come in. And I don't hear him. Shay will text me and be like, hey, your cat wants in.
Let the cat in. I'll literally like come to walk in the door and he won't come in. Like he just doesn't want to come in. Or he'll just run away.
Yeah, he'll just chill.
Right.
Let's see. Ryan, that wasn't a test. I just wanted to see you do it, bro.
You do what? the gargle thing?
The gargle thing, yeah.
Gargle and spit. Let's
Ryan
just
says,
spit
not
at each
again.
other.
Ryan's like, I always fall for it.
Right.
That is a fact. Ryan does fall for that one all the time.
Right. And then coming back to work, all of a sudden we had this spell of fucking horrible weather.
Oh,
so it's like
since when? Like 3 months ago, man. Like it's been like raining.
But this week in particular was bad.
That's true.
And this is the week I came back to work. So it's like I don't really subscribe to it, but people say you get sick if you hang out in the fucking rain, right?
It puts your immune system down. It can't make you sick. It'll make you more susceptible to getting sick.
But it really doesn't help when you just get back from an actual sickness and you've got to go stand in the rain.
Exactly.
And the guys I'm working with are like they try to tough it out.
Yeah.
And I don't give a fuck. There's a reason I don't work for a big company, like kind of thing, because I can say when I do and don't want to work, kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
So I'm literally like, hey, well, if it's still raining at lunch, I'm gone. Goodbye.
Yeah.
And the first couple days it cleared shit, and then yesterday it pissed so hard. Hand, like I'm trying to like hold the guard back on a skill saw, and I can't even fucking like use my thumb. It's numb, completely numb. I'm trying to like switch a bit on an impact drill.
Yeah.
And I just like it's impossible because my fucking fingers are numb.
Weird. Shay's saying connection issue. I don't know if anyone else is having
That's on your side, Shay.
I think that's just you, Shay. I think we're good.
Yeah.
Lenny says, I figured COVID would be all around me if I go to Walmart. Dan says, what's up? What's up, guys?
Right. What's up? What's up?
Shay, you're tripping me out. What do you mean it's gone?
Anyways, Shay, if you got problems, come on by. We know you're like 2 blocks away.
Yeah, come be our tech guy.
Yeah. But either way, yeah, I have risen like a phoenix from the fucking ashes. I have returned free. Oh, we got to turn our lights on. We're so professional.
And look. See, we're just fine, Shay. Fuck you. Go restart your damn browser. Don't fuck with our show.
Boom. There we go. I can tell because I got big brows that set off really bad fucking shades.
Hey, there we go.
Shadows and shit.
So in the last 2 weeks, obviously I haven't seen you because you've been sick.
Yeah.
So
I've been responsibly quarantined. No, I haven't drank in almost 2 weeks.
Well, let me tell you about my last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I started this job for this new company. They wanted all this vinyl plank done, and if I
but still under the shop.
Yeah, no, it's private. I got this job myself. Someone I met at the gym, and so I was really excited about this.
Yeah,
because like if I do a good job, it's like they'll have a lot more work for me and whatever, right? So I'm doing a good job. I'm trying to. I'm putting this vinyl together, and it's leaving gaps still, no matter how tight I put it together.
Right.
And so I do the whole hallway, and I'm like, hey, dude, like the next day, I'm like, hey, like this is how it went together. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on here. And him and his buddy are looking at it because they've done flooring. They're like, like what the hell?
There's gaps and the vinyl plank.
Glue down vinyl plank.
And did they leave the heat off?
I taped it together while it was wet, while the glue was wet, and it still left gaps. So I was like, what the fuck? So I called the shop. They talked to the rep. Turns out the rep knew about this, and then so like they sold it anyways. So they're like, you're not gonna like this. They say that they'll pay for you to rip it all out and restart.
And it's glued down.
Yeah, and so like it had to all get ripped out, and then it had to all get patched again. But it's glued everywhere, right? There's glue all over the floor.
What do you mean patched? Oh, like
floor patch. Had to like take floor patch, cover all the glue. Took like 4 or 5 layers
so that it's smooth again.
So that it's smooth. It has to be perfect, right? And then I start laying the new stuff, and I get a whole day's worth done, like pretty much the same amount done as before. And I get a phone call after work, and he's like, yeah, I guess they gave us the wrong stuff. You just installed wrong flooring all day today.
What? So you got to tear it up again?
I had to get torn up again, man. And we wet set that shit.
Just
that means it don't. That means it doesn't come back.
These guys are keeping that floor. Fuck it.
Yeah. So.
Oh, and you didn't even tack it up or anything. Like the glue didn't tack up.
No. We wet set so it stays down good.
It's there for good.
And yeah. So fuck, man. So I had to get torn up twice in like the span of 2 weeks.
And are you doing that by hand, or do you have a little fucking hammer?
I actually never did any of the tear out the first day because the rep was paying for it. I'm like, all right, let's hire some kid to do it, right? Yeah. So we did. And then the next time the contractor he's like, I'm sorry this is happening to you, dude. And he did it for me.
Wow.
Yeah. He's like, normally our jobs don't go like this.
Yeah. You're lucky that you're a subcontractor, because for me, it's like, this is our problem. Like, we have to fucking deal with this.
Well, I don't know, man. It just, wow, that was my 2 weeks. So what a fuck around, man. Just doing the same job over and over again.
And like the principal of the matter, like, didn't make any money off of this, just lost money the whole 2 weeks, but you get paid.
Exactly.
And you get paid both times, like for putting both floors down.
This contractor is the one paying me for the job, but so far the rep owes me for the first week, and the shop owes me for the second week.
Hopefully they come through. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing like nominal 2-inch actual rough sawn wood. So like a 2x10 is actually 2 inches by 10 inches.
Yeah.
It came from an actual mill real close around here. So it's this post and beam structural lean-to barn, like pole barn is what you'd call it.
Okay.
But working with actual fir that's 2 inches thick, it's heavy. 16-foot 2x10s are rafters and stuff, but it's fun because it's actual carpentry, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're really like, you're working with a framing square and you're actually like cutting real wood.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Other than the rain though, but it's nice. Yeah.
The rain would be the biggest damper on that.
Yeah. But we got to build a whole deck and stuff out of this rough sawn wood and everything. So now it just looks like raw wood deck. It's nothing like you'd ever see from Home Depot, because that's all pressed from a mill kind of thing. Like when you see a 2x4, it's 1.5 inches thick, right? This is a full 2 inches of wood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Enough. Yeah. You ever see a picture of like an old 2x4 to a current 2x4? The new 2x4s are so much smaller than.
That's what I mean, because they're pressed.
Yeah, exactly.
They're pressure treated.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've been doing like down fucking home country kind of framing.
Sweet.
Out at the farm way up Cranbrook Hill there.
Just take some pictures.
Right. I never take pictures. I never do anything like that. Like I see fucking Alan posting shit about training and says like, why? That's just not in me.
Right. I'll be doing like a nice towel job and I'm like, man, I got to take a picture of this when I'm done. And then it's like, as soon as I'm done, I'm in such a hurry to clean up and get the fuck out. It's like not even on my mind to sit around and take a nice picture. So
right. Yeah. It's not in me to like, it's half of a brag, right? It's like
half of a brag.
It is. It's not like you're not like sitting there being like, aren't I cool kind of thing, but it is kind of like
what else?
A show off.
For? That's what social media is for.
I guess so.
Everyone like checks your page. You're like, oh, Alan or Alex hasn't shown anything off. I have nothing, no content. Yeah,
he must suck.
Yeah, what a loser. No friends.
Basically, right? But I don't care. I'll show up and train with people, and they can rely on me to show up and train. I'm not gonna sit there and fucking take a video of myself and post it on social media. That's kind of like
tooting your own horn.
Yeah, kind of cheesy. It's cheesy in a way.
For sure. So you're saying Alan's cheesy? You
no,
hear that,
but
Alan?
I remember seeing a lot of other guys like CJ or something that would do stuff like that. And it was a little cheesy.
Well,
Let me
some
just
guys
say,
are trying to build a following.
that's just it.
Like,
and you got to start somewhere. And people could say that this is fucking cheesy. What we're doing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Who gives a fuck what they think?
And we're trying. And I guess this is it. We're posting on YouTube. Those guys don't post on YouTube, right?
Yeah, we're on a different platform.
But yeah, it's just it's out of my wheelhouse to sit there and be like, oh, aren't I cool?
Yeah.
Or something like, and I mean, this is pretty raw and uncut versus a 10-second clip of me kicking a fucking heavy bag.
Oh, one that you've hand selected, so
and
you
then
only
put
see the perfect kick.
Yeah,
and like, you know, like after 10 tries,
and,
you know,
and oil up my abs,
yeah,
and get the lighting just right. Like, yeah,
I actually think it's really cool without, like, not to toot our own horn, but I think it's cool that our podcast is live. This is the way I like it.
Well, it's live and it's long form and it's unedited, so it's literally raw. Like, what you see is what you get.
Yep, and that's why we got 6 people tuning in. They want to know
our six really beloved followers.
I was told earlier this week that I should look into voicing books, like for audio books.
Voicing books.
Apparently, someone likes my voice on this podcast. And I think that I should,
recording voiceovers.
For audio books. Like, there's so many books coming out.
Dude, I've been listening because, like I said, I had a hard time reading when I was sick, so I started doing audiobooks for the Game of Thrones books. Mm-hmm. The guy who reads it is so fucking annoying, dude. He's got like, because there's a million characters in those Game of Thrones, and then so some of them he's like doing this like Scottish pirate or
he does more than one voice.
Yeah, and he gets so many names wrong. He like pronounces them like completely literal, like a British person would, or something. Like Brienne of Tarth is Brienne. Weird. Peter Baelish is Petire. Okay, and it just makes you want to punch this dude in the face, but like. The weirdest part is like everyone's like half Scottish and like some characters sound like pirates or something.
We got someone named Pharaoh.
Pharaoh.
Yeah. Do you got some
Faroe?
You know him?
No. Not at all.
Sure sounds like you know him.
Right on, bro. Thank you for commenting your question mark. But anyways, yeah. Annoying as shit. That's the thing about the audiobooks. It could be amazing. Or it could be the most annoying thing in the fucking world.
Yeah.
Because these books are amazing. When I read it, I have everyone from the show's voice in my head. Yeah. Right.
Oh, Sean's here. Hey, Sean.
Yeah.
So today we obviously have all sorts of things planned for this podcast.
Right. We got an interview coming up.
What do you think? Here. Should we do some headlines or should we do the interview?
It's all the same. You got any headlines?
No, I didn't come.
Okay, I got a few here, but it's all the same. We might as well get into something here. So, this doctor in India suggests he could possibly be the first one to pull off this new transplant surgery.
Head transplant?
No, it is a womb transplant. Womb transplant surgery as a new part of sexual.
So, like while the baby's in it?
No. Hey, what's up, dude?
How's it going? Yannick? Hold on.
Sorry, we just got bombed there.
Our guests are so eager to come see you guys. Let him in. Hey. Actually, okay, sure.
Yeah.
We have Mr. Arancini.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves our first guest. Yeah. Hopefully ready to sit down and listen to a bit of news here.
This is our friend Yannick, aka Mr. Arancini.
Our friend Yannick.
He lives in Vancouver.
Yannick, what's your last name?
Arancino.
Yannick Arancino. No, I'm kidding.
Arancino, my bad. But the food is called arancini, is it not?
Arancini plural, arancino singular.
Oh, and you're singular.
Oh, dude. And that's an Italian thing, yeah.
Panini plural. Panino
here, let's speak into the old thing here.
Yeah.
Yannick, how do you do, sir? Is good, Yannick your first name or your last name?
It's my first name.
What's your last name?
Kudnik.
Yannick Kudnik for the goddamn viewers here on YouTube.
Sure. Mr. 501. Super glad he's on the show now. Perfect timing. Levi just showed up.
Oh, really? Nice.
What's
okay.
up, Levi?
Well, Yannick, before we get to you, we're in the middle of some headline. No, you're good. No. You actually came at a perfect time. you can help us react to these ones. The first ever womb transplant surgery became possible in India. It's an add-on to sex change kind of thing. So they're saying that it's possible to implant a womb from an organ donor to a male body in order to give birth to a baby kind of thing.
Do you have to develop a beer gut first or something, or some extra room or something first?
That would be an actual baby. Yeah, no. So literally they'll take your goddamn balls and dick off, right? And put a fake vagina, but they can implant a womb and it's not attached to fallopian tubes at all. So you can't naturally get pregnant, but there's IVF, in vitro fertilization. They can start basically what's called a test tube baby and implant that into your body, which they do with like elderly kind of pregnancies.
Right.
Women that can't naturally get pregnant already, they can get in vitro fertilized kind of thing.
Sure. I mean, it doesn't even have to be elderly.
Exactly. No, that's just it. Some women can't naturally give birth, right? So it's close to the procedure that they would do for a woman like that.
Right.
But this is for a trans woman. Right.
So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. What does that make you feel?
Welcome to the podcast. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, man, if it makes people happy,
that's just it.
I don't like to get involved in other people's personal lives. And as long as people are happy and it's not, causing any harm to anybody else, obviously everything's being done properly, consensually. There's no, underage people having this done too, And
I mean, this is just one step down the line. People want to be a woman. They want to be a mother. They want to give birth.
Sure.
I mean, and this is only like
the beginning.
Exactly. Like imagine 100 years progressed into this.
There'll be no more male or females.
Well, the problem that people are saying is there's no more need for a woman after this. Like this is men phasing women out of the equation.
I mean, men could have been phased out of the equation long ago.
Exactly.
There's plenty of sperm stores
that they don't need us anymore.
That they have enough that they can go on for a while.
Whose side are you on?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So it comes from organ donors. Obviously, you can't just make this kind of thing in a lab. You need a donor. And a lot of women that want to become men could become donors, right? They don't want their womb anymore.
Right. Yeah, they're never gonna have kids. Yeah. You're gonna get a lot of like 40-year-old wombs though, probably.
You never know, dude.
Next subject.
These days they're younger and younger. Yeah. Well, okay. Next one to keep on that topic. Alert Bay. You know where that is?
Alert Bay?
Alert Bay is someplace on Vancouver Island.
Yeah.
Okay. A kindergarten class, a junior kindergarten class. We're given homework, like sent home homework with the kids, showing them or asking them to show pictures of places in their house that it's okay to masturbate.
Kindergarten kids?
Like 4-year-olds. This was junior kindergarten, like pre kind of kindergarten. Yeah. And this is our house cat, Hank.
You guys can't even see him. Really. He's sneaking in. Oh, there's his tail. He's going back and forth. There's dogs downstairs. He's just up here messing around.
So, I mean, there's two ways to look at it. Either one
It's
way,
completely wrong.
You could think that they're trying to sexualize your kids, or you could think that your kids are going to masturbate anyways. They're trying to show you where it's okay to do it.
That's not their job.
It's not like show us on the doll where he touched you. It's show us where in your house it's okay to touch yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's it's usually not something kids are doing at 4 or whatever you said. 7
You
years
wouldn't
old,
think
but-
no 4, literally
4.
4 years old, pre-kindergarten.
I mean, it sounds like that teacher is maybe a little bit
This is
quick,
right, but this is government curriculum.
No,
this isn't. This
no,
is yes.
this
No,
is
this is not the teacher's.
If it was
idea.
government curriculum, then it would have been more than just that one class.
The
right?
teacher doesn't decide the curriculum. I'm pretty sure.
No, teachers can make up homework.
Yeah.
They can
Really?
they can photocopy their own shit if they found it somewhere and thought it was good.
I'm sure there's a couple fucked up teachers, but yeah. Kids were given a homework assignment, asking the students to draw pictures of places in their home where it's okay to masturbate privately.
Jesus, that's messed up.
And they were asked to like draw a picture of the place where they could masturbate, right? But like I said, so you're either sexualizing the kid and looking at this completely like you're being an asshole, or you're saying kids are going to masturbate and we're just trying to keep them from masturbating in the fucking gymnasium or on the school bus. Or
Is
something.
that a really big problem? Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, it's a problem. Do they have a problem with kids masturbating in the gymnasium? Like, I don't know. There's not much I have to say about this one other than it's completely wrong.
It's Alert Bay, I guess. There's not a whole lot to do over there.
Exactly. But fucking touch yourself.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Hank's all for it.
So in the last 2 weeks, those were the
shifty ones. Obviously, there's the baby food shortage that you guys have heard about.
Bill Gates has some new baby formula he's come up with.
So the second that this comes out, not only Bill Gates, but Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, and Jeff Bezos have equal partnership into this one firm that's put $3.5 million towards an eco-friendly alternative to baby formula, which is derivative from a human mammary glands anyways, right? But it's a little fucking odd that all of a sudden there's a shortage and there's a solution. You give a problem, you offer the solution. That's economics kind of 101.
It's like COVID hits and Bill Gates is like, don't worry, we're working on a shortage. He's like, don't worry, we actually just created this solution.
Exactly.
And then it's like, there's a food shortage and he owns like 80% of the fucking farmland.
And they want you to eat fucking bugs. And they go, oh, you guys can eat bugs. Can't you?
We're inventing bug steaks.
It's a little fucking odd. Another video came out. Representative Kat Kamak showed warehouse footage of this place on the border around Texas of a warehouse full of baby formula that's stockpiled, and there's a shortage everywhere, but this stuff's not being allowed to like get out or something. And she said that she's a conspiracy theorist herself, but she went online and like hey, here's everything. There's a video I could show you guys right now, but so there's warehouses full of baby formula. It's just not being let out to the public.
Well, I know one reason there's a shortage as well is there's a whole bunch of recalls as well, right? Like plastic and metal being, or that's what they're claiming, right?
Oh no.
So there's recalls on the formula that's already out there too. So like those warehouses, maybe that's recalled stuff. I don't know.
That was you.
I don't know if that's recalled shit, but
yeah. It's sad. It's sad that there's these silly conspiracies popping up, but I mean, you got to report them. I mean, have you sell food, Yannick? Have you had many shortages coming up?
Everything's way more expensive. Everything's way.
But there's no like dead spots in your supply chain kind of thing.
Fortunately for me, there hasn't been, but I know that there have been shortages. Like there is less coming in from abroad, and it costs more. One of my main products is Italian rice.
Right.
And so fortunately I've been able to get what I need, but it's cost me at least 25 to 30% more.
And what's the rice called that you?
So I use Arborio often.
Arborio. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's brought in from Italy, and
that's like that's the risotto kind of rice.
Yeah, exactly.
So I used to be buying it at about $32 a case, and now it's up to $43 a case.
Wow, yeah.
Canola oil as well, which is one of the big exports of Canada. There's been so much demand on that. In Costco, they used to sell the big 17.2 liter tubs at early 2021. They were probably $28 each. They're up to $46 or $7 now.
Jeez.
Okay.
So they've almost doubled. Yeah.
Right.
And let me just get this in here quick.
Yeah.
I know we called him Mr. Arancino earlier, but for those of you who don't know what that is, that's deep fried risotto balls. And, he has a food truck down in he's all over Vancouver, Burnaby. Where you set up the most, Yannick?
I am set up in Vancouver, but mostly in Poco and New West. I'm doing a special event this year. For the first time, I'm doing Shambhala.
Oh, wow.
And Shambhala is going to be huge. So I'm actually trying to put a team together.
I might be
I need
along.
20 people. So anybody who is actually interested in coming,
20 people for one truck.
we're doing 6 days of 24-hour service.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah,
24
it's next
wow.
level.
Okay.
It's next level. So I'm gonna have to prep my ass off to
Yeah.
have everything ready for the event. But basically, it's not something I've done before. I'm gonna need 20 people.
No, that's crazy. Yeah.
You know, anybody who's interested should message Mr. Arancino. We should put a link in up there later. And if you want to come, you know, basically volunteer 4 to 5 shifts. If we get all 20 people, it'd be more like 3 shifts.
How long is a shift?
8 hours.
8 hours.
Yeah. So then,
and how many people need to be working at a time?
We'll probably have like 4 or 5 people working at a time.
Even at night, eh?
Maybe at night a little less, but
Crazy.
but it's you know, I'm going to be working the most. I have no doubt about that, and I don't really intend to enjoy this particular festival. But in the future, it's more of an investment, right?
Yeah. This is getting your foot in.
That's right.
Your
That's
foothold.
right. So for next you know, future years.
That sounds awesome, man.
So anybody who's interested, this is a life-changing
That's
opportunity.
huge.
Like
and it's
festival, right?
Not only that, but it's been held back so long that it's kind of like the elastic band's getting let go. I bet a lot of people are going to come this year.
I might be taking Yannick up on the offer with Barassa. We
nice.
Pull his trailer for him, and that'll be
right
over there. I've never been to Chamblon. Never thought I would go. Never thought it was my thing.
That was never honestly on my bill. No.
Once it's like on the table, like, hey, you want to go for free? You just got to do this. Like, okay, maybe, yeah.
I mean, you know, it's definitely a bucket list thing to do. You know, it's BC at its best. There's a river that goes right nearby. You know, it's tons of people who are all in a really positive mindset.
What's the date?
It's from the 18th to the 25th of July. I'll be arriving on the 18th. It operating from the 19th, midday 19th to midday 25th.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it's going to be super easy service. So I don't require any experience whatsoever. Just somebody who's going to be responsible, who will show up to the shift, you know, mostly sober. And
mostly
you know,
sober.
Yeah, you know, able
reasonably
to work.
Drunk.
And well, you know, they actually don't sell alcohol on site.
That's right.
It's a dry event.
They'll take your alcohol from you, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, they search cars on the way in. There's always alcohol. People always use it in, but they're more concentrating on you know, the inclusiveness and to not have a whole bunch of drunk people, which cause fights and other problems.
No,
and
definitely,
it does cause problems.
Yeah, they've been going for 23 years, so they're doing something.
It's
right.
huge. People all around know Chamblon.
Dude,
they've had like Snoop Dogg. They've had big names.
Yeah, that's actually kind of what I'm excited for. Like the different bands that are going to be playing. Like I've seen like videos of the stages. Like so much work gets put into the aesthetics and everything. It looks like it'll be quite the adventure. Have you been before?
I've never. It's, you know, it's during the busiest time of my of the summer, so I can't usually go to enjoy, but to be able to go and take part as a vendor is going to be pretty interesting.
I'm supposed to take time off right at the end of July for a wedding that just got canceled with Cassandra, but I don't know when that is, but I know it's right around there. My birthday's on the 27th.
Oh, dude.
Right there. So I just know that it's right there around my birthday.
Yeah.
But if it's, you know, just an extra 3-4 days, my job's pretty lenient. I could easily take some time off. And
absolutely. And you guys already have a ride, you know.
Right. And it's on the way to where we're supposed to be going around like Kelowna kind of area.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm available for that.
Let's do it.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
But other than that, your business, how has business been going in Vancouver? How's COVID been going in Vancouver?
It's, you know, I mean, everything was shut down for the first year.
But what about now?
I mean, now things are pretty much back to normal. Starting to gain momentum. There's a lot of event organizers who've kind of been, you know, hit, and they're like, oh, well, we're, you know, trying to set up some events, but it's been pretty slow for some of them to throw some stuff together, because, you know, though the opening was always expected, it wasn't really, you know, there was no date set ahead of time.
Right. Is it
So
is the town open kind of?
Oh, yeah.
Do you still do like masks everywhere, or is there still
there's more masks
more
masks than up here. Passports done for.
Great. Okay.
There's no second class citizens anymore.
Yeah.
But
especially for food trucks.
Well, food trucks, we are lucky because we're always out. We've been outdoors the whole time, and so a lot of the regulations didn't really apply to us. I go to a lot of breweries.
You always had outdoor seating,
so their capacity was affected. The breweries, but they continue to operate because they're still, in some cases, an essential service,
right?
So we made do. I still had money, coming in, even albeit a lot less.
And especially with the price hikes.
2020 was pretty much a write-off. 2021 we covered our costs, and this year basically I've put all my eggs into one basket for Shambhala. It's
I think it's going to work out well for you.
It needs to, man.
It's going to be a lot of hungry motherfuckers there. And man, I don't know. I have faith. If you've never tried arancini before, god damn, it is so good. I burn my mouth every time I eat it because I can't wait.
The ones that I had, it was basically like a pizza ball.
Pizza variety. So we have all sorts of different fillings. It's crunchy. It's a risotto rice with different fillings in the middle, and then deep breaded and deep fried. So crunchy outside, soft rice, warm gooey center. We have all sorts of varieties. So Vancouver, it's important. We have vegan, vegetarian, and we have some meat varieties. And at Shambhala as well. I think there's a lot of desire to have all sorts of different food, and it's going to be a good warm comfort food. We're also going to do Dole Whip, which was made famous by Disneyland in California or whatever.
What's that?
It's vegan soft serve, and for me, what's the big advantage is that it's a powder form that you mix with water, and you put it
vegan soft serve,
and you put it through a soft serve machine,
and
it comes out as kind of a malt. Like a malt, like a soft serve ice cream.
That reminds
it's really good.
Have you been to like Disneyland in California and stuff? Yeah. Do you remember? I believe it's called Dippin' Dots. It was an ice cream that was literally like beads. It was it's like
I never saw that.
It was a bowl full of tiny marbles, is what they gave you. So
it was like ice cream.
But it was like tiny beads of like freeze dried ice cream.
Right.
So they didn't scoop it. They didn't have like an ice cream scooper. It was like literally like a raisin scooper.
Right.
You guys never had that though.
Dole Whip, Cassandra. Love that.
I used to live in the States, and that was a big summertime thing. I think it was called Dippin' Dots, but they were just little dot-sized marbles of ice cream, and you would just like scoop it into your cup, kind of thing.
Do you ever get the big old drumstick? Because they sell those big turkey drumsticks.
I've heard of that. I never got it, but I've heard of that one. Yeah. That's odd. That's odd that no one in Canada has ever heard of those things, though, because
I've heard of the name. I've never seen them.
That was a big thing when I was a kid. Las Vegas used to have this place called Wet and Wild. It was a theme park of water slides and stuff. Yeah.
Didn't they get shut down? Didn't people die? That's some crazy.
Well, when I was a kid, dude, that was nuts. Yeah, there was this one where it was like a rocket they sat you in, and they'd make you like sit there cross-legged with your hand, and then they'd go like and hit this thing. Boosh, you fell out the bottom into like this vertical slide.
Saha Brothers still has Dots ice cream. I think that's what it's called, by Westwood. So that corner store on Westwood there, I think that's what he's talking about. Let's go try it out.
It was literally like a tub of freeze-dried ice cream that you could scoop with like a raisin scooper kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah. That, I'm sorry, I thought you guys might have heard of that before, but no, that was just a thing for my youth in America. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know anything about Dole Whip until my girlfriend.
No, I've never heard of that one either.
We tried it first in Disneyland. It's only at this particular place in Adventureland that you can find it.
Oh, okay.
So, but it's pineapple Dole Whip is pretty damn good, and for me, it'll just be it'll be an easy add to the menu.
Yeah.
We'll probably also do either popcorn and probably some sort of salad because people are going to want something that's somewhat healthy.
Something they can actually live off of.
Yeah. So something with a longer shelf life.
They're not going to be drunk as shit, so they don't want hot dogs and fucking
fuck
shit.
hot dogs.
Hopefully we're aiming for a little higher end food than hot dogs.
Exactly.
That actually reminds me.
I honestly am over hot dogs.
Some fake account on Twitter posted that Costco is going to increase the price of their hot dog.
They'll never do that.
And after like all this news lately saying like, you know, the Costco hot dogs are like the only stable coin, the only thing that's going to, you know,
it's $1.50 and it'll stay $1.50.
But what happened was that fake account convinced a bunch of people though. And so like Costco's stock went down by like 15% or something like that because of this fake tweet.
Right.
I guess that just happened. Just read about that today. Who knows if it's real? Maybe I'm wrong.
In other news, congressional hearings for the first time in 50 years heard a case on UFOs.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And a lot more questions than answers came out of it because
for sure.
They're classifying it as national security, which means that the most juicy stories are going to get classified right away.
But they've always said that aliens are going to be the key to one world government. They'll unite the world into fighting.
No. That was Reagan. Reagan gave a speech that said it'll take a force from without to make us stop fighting each other, kind of thing. Yeah, something like that in the 80s. I don't know. Maybe Lenny could help us out with that one.
So tonight we have two guests.
Right.
And Yannick, is there anything you want to go over before we invite our second guest up tonight?
I think that was really nice, though. I like to kind of get caught up on how Vancouver's being treated through the pandemic.
I mean, the only thing I want to put back out there is we're looking for people for Shambhala. And
we can comment to your email.
Yeah, absolutely.
And people can kind of.
And I'm serious. If anybody wants to potentially come out and do a little bit of work and have a lot of fun,
that sounds amazing, right? And if I can for a few days before I'm supposed to go on this fucking trip or whatever, I'll definitely come.
And like Brass and I will already be going, so like a ride isn't an issue for the first couple people.
Yeah, there you go.
So act
on
now.
Board fast.
And cool, man.
That was awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you gonna,
ladies and gentlemen,
or stick around for a bit? Like, will I see you after?
I'll be right back. Yeah, for sure.
No, we'll be down afterwards, right? You're gonna be down there. Or?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll
cool.
be down there.
All right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. This has been Yannick.
Hell yeah. Hey, you want to send John? That's
John.
You want to send John up when you go down there?
Thank you so much. We have one more interview coming up.
Hit me with a quick headline.
Lad
or should I hit
John.
you with one from last week?
Well, there's one more here.
Cop in Louisiana puts 10-year-old disabled kid in headlock last week.
Cop in Louisiana. Yeah, well, that's just daily news, right?
What about a New Jersey teacher assaults 7-year-old autistic kid?
These are awesome. You're just rattling, and we've got number 4. Yeah.
California man yells, "Go back to China" to a Stop Asian Hate rally.
That makes a lot of sense.
He went straight back to jail.
So the last one on my shits, you've been following the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial thing.
Speaking of shits,
right? It's came out recently that Amber Heard has a baby.
Come on in, bud.
Yeah, come on in. Amber Heard has a baby, and no one really knows who the father is because it was born through a surrogate.
And we have him here now.
And we've got the
fucking. No.
But anyways, yeah, there you go. You get yourself situated here.
So
people are alluding that it's Elon Musk is the father to this baby. Anyways, and I know it's a little odd. Musk has kind of not confirmed nor deny it, but they've been known. They did date a while ago, and they've been known to hang out while she was with Johnny Depp.
I heard something about that.
Yeah. Same with James Franco. They're both witnesses to this trial. They're on the docket as witnesses. They haven't came out yet.
But wasn't she with Jeff Bezos too?
No, that's news to me. Fuck it.
I wouldn't doubt it.
You got to talk right into the tip of that. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I heard like Jeff Bezos too, and a bunch
of
other celebrities.
Dude, what the fuck kind of?
She gets around, eh?
What kind of witch pussy does this chick have that she can fucking work the fucking field.
Ask
Basically,
Aquaman.
with like literally the richest people in the world. Number one is obviously Elon Musk. Number two is Jeff Bezos, and not far down the list is Johnny Depp.
And it's funny because like I wouldn't fuck her. She doesn't do it for me.
That's now, but
she also defecates
6
in
years
bed
ago.
too, right?
She did win.
She also shits the bed.
She did win a prize for like prettiest face like 5 years ago or something like that. Like
Jesus.
she was fucking hot. Now she's
Yeah.
all stressed out and whatnot. And you're seeing her in her worst moments on trial.
Well,
Right.
let me do a little intro here. So this is our second interview here. This is a new thing for us. This is kind of like a blind interview. We don't know this guy.
We're very interested. We're very interested.
He just kind of showed up.
Anyways,
and we're like, hey, let's interview this guy.
This is John. What's your last name, John?
Peterson.
John Peterson. Let's give you a round of applause. The crowd goes wild.
To give us a like for John Peterson. Smash that like.
Smash the goddamn. We're 8 for 8. You can't ask for more.
Can't ask for more. That's 100%.
Anyways, John,
feel free to light that.
Yeah, help yourself. So yeah, no, I did not hear about the Jeff Bezos part of that all.
I thought that was part of it too. Yeah.
That is insane. This woman has a goddamn cobra pussy.
She got that Amazon pussy. Amazon Prime pussy.
What the fuck kind of black magic is she working?
Is there?
I'm from Victoria, and Nelly Furtado went to the same high school as I did, but like maybe like 5 years older.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
But her nickname was Blowjob Queen in high school.
Seriously?
And Nelly Furtado.
Crazy.
This is why we got him on the podcast. They said he knew some crazy shit.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that she was from Victoria. Even
she's from Victoria. Yeah.
That's fucking sweet. Oh, right on. Well, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in now, this is our friend Jeff Peterson. Yes, John Peterson. Fuck, I got the last name right. I should have wrote that one down because I got it right. I got it right the first time.
Because we were talking about Jeff Bezos.
That's yeah.
Johnny Blaze in high school.
He's actually hooked up with Amber Heard too.
Yeah, and Nelly Furtado. But anyways, okay. So what do you do for a living there?
Well, right now I'm just switching careers, and I'm archaeologist.
So you work with like a geology kind of thing. What do you work with?
Artifacts and
right
for like CMTs, which are like culturally modified trees.
Okay.
Basically, the First Nations used to chop off a block on the bottom and pull down the wood, and then they could make planks. The scar would scar over. They could keep harvesting from the same tree over the generations.
Wow.
And what do you read from that? What kind of
that's
samples does that give you?
Well, we can carbon date it when we.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
And see how long ago that mark was made.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
But I'm just breaking back into this because I haven't done this for like over a decade. I've been traveling and.
What have you been doing?
Yeah.
Let's hear.
Yeah. Tell us where have you been?
Where'd you start?
Start at the beginning, please, Sir John.
Just go.
I don't know. I was born on a summer eve.
Yeah. No, I like it.
Where were you?
Make it poetic.
I'm from Victoria originally.
Okay.
Yeah.
He told you that.
I've been on 5 continents.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my favorite 3 countries are Germany, Georgia, and Ukraine.
I love Germany.
Germany, Georgia, and Ukraine. Yeah. Not too far away from each other. No,
not at all.
Yeah.
And you've been, wow. So you traveled all through there. Did you like backpack or?
Yeah, I backpack most of the time.
Wow.
Hostel it.
Yeah.
It's like lots of little tricks you can learn to backpack cheaper. Like Vienna is a beautiful place, awesome museums, but very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go to Zagreb in Croatia,
that's where my grandpa's from.
1 hour train ride, and the train's super cheap. You get to downtown Vienna.
Okay.
So, and then the prices of everything in Zagreb were a quarter of what they were in Vienna.
Oh,
that
right.
Makes so much sense.
Yeah.
And awesome. Do they still use a euro?
Train.
Do they still
when I was there, Zagreb wasn't part of the EU.
Oh, so they got their own currency.
Yeah.
I'm half Croatian, and my Dita comes from a village that's like just outside of Zagreb. I've always wanted to go there.
Oh, it's beautiful there.
That's what I've heard.
Really? Okay, and it's almost time that you can leave Canada.
I heard it's another 3 years.
Oh, that's right. You might have to break out,
but
they can't deny you return, can they? Like if you
can not get return if I've never been there.
Right. No, I mean when you want to turn around and come back to Canada.
Oh yeah.
Well, legally they can't if you're a Canadian citizen.
That's what I
They have to
mean.
give you entry.
Like you need
But
sanctuary
they can,
in your own.
But now with the COVID thing, they can make it very difficult for you to get in and very expensive.
Right,
because they
right,
can
right.
force you into like quarantine or whatever kind of test.
But
Yeah.
can they force you into like these forced hostel kind of hotels? Like mandatory hotels?
I don't know if it's ending now, but they could before. When
Right.
COVID was big.
Because they could force you into these hotels and then give you the bill at the end, which could be like $5,000 or
Yeah.
something like
Or
that.
they would track you and make sure that you quarantine.
And
Like
didn't
that's what
leave.
they try to do too.
But then what could they do if you didn't?
Fine you. No,
What?
people get fined.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, just leave your phone
Can I
at
have the-
fucking home.
Yeah, but, oh,
The-
His light, yeah.
Ikichi.
Leave your phone at home if you want to.
But right now, if you want to come into Canada, if you're not vaccinated, there's 3 ways. You need a molecular negative COVID test within the last 72 hours, or you need a negative antigen test within the last 24 hours before your flight, or you need a positive COVID test that's from 10
within 6 months or something.
10 to 180 days old.
Yeah.
So that counts as a vax as well. When it comes to coming into the country, when it comes to anything else in this country, none of that shit fucking matters.
Yeah. It's a little odd, and it just kind of concerns me because I'd love to go to the States and just kind of tour around or whatever, especially for the summer.
It's like you guys were talking about Vegas. That's awesome.
Yeah,
love it
I
there.
grew up just an hour south of Vegas for about 5 years or so.
The biggest advice for Vegas I can give: get an M Life card.
M Life?
M Life
card.
What's that for?
It's
pot?
like a points card. So when you're eating in restaurants, you go to shows or gamble,
Oh,
you get points. So basically, I was there for 5 days, and they called
Right.
all my hotel room.
see, my mom
Wow.
worked at a Harris down there. So
Okay.
like Harris is owned by Rio. And so she got like whatever you would want to call it, like she was an employee kind of thing. So she got membership kind of deals throughout all that.
But the M Life card's free too. You
Oh,
just
yeah,
you
yeah,
just
there we
ask
go.
you just ask an employee for one, and they
Right.
fill it out right there.
See, I haven't been back since I was about 13, but when I was a kid, dude, it was fucking crazy. Like every single place has its own arcade.
Mhm.
And then there's this one place that's just an arcade called GameWorks. It's the big Coke bottle down there.
Okay, I wasn't there though.
No, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So there's this giant Coke bottle on the strip.
Okay.
That's a Coca-Cola Factory, and there you go up through the factory, and there's every single thing that Coke's ever distributed on a fountain drink. And then for Coca-Cola itself, there's like imagine a display like the Bellagio of like 100 bottle or like 1,000 bottles that shoot shit out of them in like a waterworks kind of thing. And when you want Coca-Cola, you put your cup under this dispenser, and from like 10 feet off, this bottle shoots carbonated water into this machine
Okay.
That's sweet.
with syrup in it, and it like fucking
Jeez.
it gives you Coca-Cola
Fancy.
right
that's
under
pretty
there.
cool.
Yeah. But the downstairs to that was this giant arcade
Mhm.
that I was 13 years old. It was fucking cool when I was there. That was the first time I ever saw this Tekken game where
I love
I
Tekken,
mean,
dude.
but it would
I'll whoop your ass at Tekken.
you stood on a pod, and like when your body did this, the video game guy threw a punch.
How old was that?
How old
Like,
was that?
I mean, how long ago was that? Sorry.
So that would have been damn near 20 years ago. I'm
Wow, that's
32.
pretty cool. That's
Yeah,
pretty
19 years ago.
Cool. That's
Yeah.
before its time.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
before
yeah, yeah.
VR and shit.
Dude, as a kid, that was fucking
I
crazy.
used to love air hockey and then that tank battle where you're actually sitting in the seat.
Never seen that
Yeah.
one. Air hockey for sure, but
Air hockey.
Love air hockey.
in where,
It
sorry?
was like a tank battle one, and you're sitting in the seat, and you're like shooting the gun, and you can feel
Okay.
it vibrate and everything.
sweet.
and-
That's
Yeah.
low, like on a turret, and like
yeah,
they're
it's
driving,
like
and
the,
you're just
racing
like shooting
game,
it,
but it's a tank.
cool.
Right.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
So, so we told you to start at the beginning. You told us you hit 5 continents.
Yeah.
Okay,
And-
so you decided to start traveling.
Okay.
And what you
So-
kind of like, you backpack on trains, you kind of hitchhike or what?
I usually bus it, or
Yeah.
I'll take a train, or lots of the time I'll do like workaway and woofers.
Right.
So that actually cuts down on your costs because you exchange food
Work.
and accommodations for work, but they'll
Okay.
pick you up and drop you off at like train stations or wherever it might
How
be.
do you find this work?
Just online, right?
Is there?
Oh,
there's probably
okay.
an app for it
yeah,
now, eh?
Yeah. And couch surfing is
I was going to say, there's a couch surfing app. I know about that
I used that one in Ukraine and in South Africa.
How long ago was that?
2014. So right when the first invasion happened, I was in.
Oh, yeah.
And
Crimea?
they had
You were in Crimea?
I wasn't in Crimea. I was in Georgia.
Okay.
And I was flying into Ukraine, but the airport I was flying into was in the east, and it got bombed. So they changed it to Kiev.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We've actually talked a lot about what happened in Ukraine with Russia in 2014 a lot on this podcast. So I won't get into that again, but that's crazy that you're right in that area for that
that's
time.
Awesome.
Have you been to Russia?
No.
No.
Never went to Russia. I was
But you're close.
I was gonna go to Russia, but it would have taken me almost a month and a half to get the visa. And I didn't have time to wait around.
Why is that? Why would it take you so long?
I don't know.
You, like as
Canadian,
you gotta apply and then just
and
wait.
then you have to get an invitation. It could have gone quicker if you want to go like the expensive way.
Oh,
get like
okay.
a tour company to sponsor you, but you're buying like all your stuff off them.
Yeah, because like Canadians and Russians, we don't travel freely in each other's countries. Like you need a visa. I know it's not normal because as a Canadian, we can normally travel anywhere. We go anywhere, but in Russia it's different, and same for them. Like it's actually very hard for Russians. Like we know a couple Russians, and we should bring them on the show sometime and ask them how that went down because it's not easy. Canada only accepts a small amount of Russians into the country a year.
Yes,
they have a quota or something.
Like,
or max.
I don't know if it's a quota, but a limit for sure. Yeah.
That's a really good idea. I never thought of that before. I train MMA with a couple of Russian guys that like fresh off the boat almost. They've been here a couple years, but
what's the other guy's name? Dimitri or no? There's Art and
Vadim.
Vadim. I saw him at the Splash Shop the other day.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Pedirex Gym in Victoria?
In Victoria? No. I know of Gabriel Varga comes up and he trains us once in a while. It's been fucking
what
years
since
from though. He kind of trains on his own, but he's from Victoria. Have you ever heard of a Gabriel Varga? He's a world champion kickboxer.
One of the best kickboxers ever.
I was just asking because the main gym in Victoria is probably Pedirex. At least it used to be.
See, I've never heard of that.
For MMA?
I haven't really looked
kickboxing
around.
Specifically, but MMA and even Krav Maga.
Oh, okay.
Which I really like.
Right. Oh, really?
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you trained anything?
Yeah, I did a little bit of MMA and kickboxing, karate, and
nice.
Okay. Alex and I are both avid combat sports fans and practitioners. He trains a lot more currently, but like we both kind of done it for a long time: judo, kickboxing, MMA, wrestling. Well, a little bit of wrestling.
I never backpacked, but I spent a month in the same place every day in Phuket, Thailand, and
the fights.
It fights, but you live and train in the same gym, same place every single day, as if you were like a local, kind of thing, right? So I don't know if you've heard of Phuket.
Yeah,
it's an island.
I've been to Thailand.
Yeah. Okay, nice. Yeah.
But when I was there, I was just backpacking. So like, I would
see that's just it. There's so many transient people.
See the fights going on.
Yeah,
and then I remember there's one. It was like a Muay Thai fight, right?
Yeah.
So there was a big guy and a little guy, and the big guy was kind of throwing him around, and
they don't care about weight classes around there.
And he threw the guy really hard once, and he pissed him off. And the little guy came running at him, jumped in the air, elbowed him in the top
some
of the
Ong back shit.
And
was that Tony Jaa?
And
knocked him out. Did he like jump off his knee?
He
like stepped off
and got him right in the crown.
They were actually filming for Ong Bak 3 when he was there.
That's fucking crazy.
And then they were both going around getting like tips from the audience.
Yeah.
That's sweet. Oh, I wonder if
because
it was
probably for free.
But the big guy was like so dazed.
Yeah.
They have like a Muay Thai version of professional wrestling there. And it to some people, like even myself, sometimes I get fooled. But the fights are almost so crazy that like you start to realize, it's choreographed.
Those guys don't
hit
hit for real. Like I've been to those. I forget what it's called, but they don't actually get hit. So if you saw guys actually get hit and bloodied up, that it wasn't that.
But it looks better than like professional wrestling though when they punch. Like the Muay Thai guys, like when they do, it's like so over exaggerated, and the guy just fucking does a flip when he gets hit. Like
kickboxer. No, not kickbox. The Van Damme one.
Yeah, no, it was
kickboxer.
kickboxer. Yeah. Or blood sport,
or even the Quest. The Quest.
The big one I think was blood sport.
Yeah,
but
Kickboxer
Kickboxer was a big one.
Kickboxer was.
I like emulated it when I was a kid.
Yeah,
and doing that movie and all the meditation shit.
Exactly.
I tried to go into the splits and I just couldn't do it. And then one day I was at school and we're on these little, those little parallel bars. And I was like trying to do the splits, and my brother, 5 years older, and I'm kindergarten.
Yeah.
Comes running up behind me and pushed me on my shoulders all the way down. There's a big crack. After that, I could do the splits.
Nice.
But it all grew back now. I don't.
I know what you mean.
It's funny. My old kickboxing coach, he's telling me to turn my hips over when I throw my kick.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what he was talking about. I couldn't get it right. And he's like, "Come here, kick me." And I kick him, and he grabs my leg, and he rolls it over his hip. And when he does that, like I kind of did the splits a bit, and I got a crack as well, just like you're talking about.
Yeah.
And after that, I could roll my kicks.
Yeah, but if you stop doing it, then it's gonna.
I can still do it, but I can't do the splits though.
I can't anymore.
Staying a month there was insane. I rented a scooter for like $200 for the whole month, and I had no license or anything, but the traffic is crazy and you're on the wrong side of the road and stuff. So when I would park, if I would park on what we would call the right side of the road, I wouldn't even be thinking. You'd get up and start going down the road.
It's so weird.
And it's the wrong side.
You're shifting with your other hand.
And on a bike, it's all the same. It's but in a car, definitely, right? But the island was so small that you never really got up to speed to where a car would take off from you. So the bikes kept up to speed with all the cars the whole time, kind of thing.
I remember racing through the streets on the back of a
taxi. It's insane.
Once
Dude, the taxis take fucking off.
Yeah,
they go hard.
These are like motorbike.
Someone's following us.
No. The taxis go like fucking like 100, on regular old streets, kind of thing. They've got it like dialed. And like you're like, what the fuck's going on? But no, they got it, kind of thing, especially in the middle of the night.
Did you try that the best street drink in Thailand? It was just fruit and ice, and it was so flavorful. They made it with
fruit and ice. No.
Made it with
where I was, it was super healthy.
Yeah, but it was buffalo milk, and that was the key.
Buffalo milk. No,
because that's the key in fresh mozzarella too.
Yeah.
Best mozzarella, they use buffalo milk to make it.
Where I was, they were super healthy, so it was all coconut milk, kind of thing. Yeah. And everyone was there's half of a CrossFit kind of scene there as well. So everyone tried to do the keto health kick kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I loved it. But yeah, the traffic is fucking unreal. And the first 3 days, I would stop every 5 minutes and check my phone to see where I was. But after you got the lay of the land, you went fucking crazy. There's roundabouts and shit that there's it's unruly. And people just kind of squeeze their ass in, kind of like you see from India, videos from people just kind of squeeze their ass in and get it. And when you're on a bike, it's twice as much because I can get in between two cars.
I think that's an Asian thing because that's all.
Yeah. And then red light. All of a sudden, every moped fucking boom on the shoulders right up to the red light. You don't stop behind a car.
In Rome, I saw a Vespa go up to a red light, go on the sidewalk and use the footpath to get around the red light.
Exactly.
Go back on the road.
And no one bats an eye.
Yeah.
No one bats an eye.
That was in Rome.
Oh, that was in Italy. Yeah. The red lights have timers counting down to when it goes to a green light. So everyone's just sitting there I'm fucking ready to go. Yeah.
John, how old are you?
How old do I look?
I'm thinking you're probably around our age, maybe
30, 32. I'm 32, so I'd say around my age. Yeah, you don't look old as shit.
34, that's my age. So,
37.
37.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, no, you look young for 37.
Everyone says that.
The thing is, I work with a bunch of grizzled old carpenters, and that's what I was thinking when it was raining yesterday, and it was my hands were numb, and I was like, this is why 30 fucking year olds look like they're 50 because they push it
the sun.
They'll push it through stupid shit like this, through the hard weather and stuff, and like that's why you look older than you are. But
Yeah,
you
well,
don't do that shit.
I don't, when I travel, I don't really take a lot of pictures or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so-
collect scars. I can remember exactly where I was in every scar I
Hey,
have. And
hey,
Yeah.
you want to show us some scars and tell some stories?
This one.
Let's see. Show
Look at
show
that.
them. Oh
I
yeah, they
can't.
can't see
On
that.
your hand there,
That's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
We can
it's
see
like-
it.
It might be hard to
Okay.
show, yeah.
And so it
Yeah.
looks like you're having
It's a permanent
it,
disability.
it moves different. Hey.
Oh, you
Like, it doesn't-
can't you
No.
can't close more than that?
No.
I can do that too. Look.
Yeah.
No, but
I'm
that's-
No, no, no. Look, he's
That's-
keeping his fingers straight. See, keep the end of your fingers straight.
But that's his full
Yeah.
mobility.
Yeah.
I know.
No, that was
Oh,
crushed by an
Jesus.
elevator.
Where
How come?
Freight elevator. Like, the closes. Like
were you
the door.
working?
I was working. It was my first day on the job too.
Oh,
Yeah. And I continued to work there for 4 years.
did you get workers'
Wow.
comp?
Yeah, I got workers' comp for that one.
Yeah.
And then COVID came.
Oh, so that was not that long ago.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, this was a while ago.
All right.
Like 2018.
Damn.
Yeah.
What's the next scar you want to hit?
Okay, this one. Let's do that. That was a samurai sword.
Really? What's the story behind that one?
Yeah.
151.
Oh,
Watch out, kids. Yeah.
Oh, and I was being safe. It's not like I was being safe.
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody's drunk and starting to play around with these swords and stuff that were lying around.
yeah.
And I'm like, okay, someone's gonna get hurt. We're all too fucked up.
Yeah.
So I grab like all of them and I'm carrying them in my arms like this.
Oh.
And then I slip outside on the step,
Mhm.
and one of the swords comes out of its sheath and just slices me down here.
Oh.
But I'm so drunk, I don't realize this.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a clean cut.
Okay, oh, it was clean
Yeah.
for a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so and then
then-
I went to the car, put them in the trunk, and then went back to the party.
Yeah.
There's blood dripping all the way
And
down
you just
my
don't
arm.
notice till
I
you're
don't
like, oh,
notice.
what's
And
all
then
this?
someone in the party is like, holy shit, what happened to you? And
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. And it's like, I guess I'm cut.
Luckily
and-
that it's not down here with
Yeah.
like some serious arteries. Yeah.
Exactly. But then
Or
the
going
guy
up.
puts a dirty sock on it first.
Oh, come
And then the
Ugh.
owner of the house comes over and he's like, get that shit off him. And he puts on a clean towel.
Yeah.
And then one guy drives me and a couple of other buddies to like the 24-hour clinic. And the doctor looks at me and he has the needle in his hand and he's like,
But
looking
you've
at
been
me,
drinking.
And he's like, you don't need this, do you? And I'm like, no. So he just starts stitching me up.
Right.
And-
you can see it in your eyes.
It's not
You
it's
want
not
to
good
feel
if you're
it.
drinking
And-
kind of thing, right?
And then yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy, yeah. And you
It's
said you-
interesting little, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good story.
This one down here, I got a beard. Yeah.
You got
I-
to smash
can't see
there.
it, right?
The-
You smashed your chin on something
Oh yeah, I was drunk in China in a hostel.
in China?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And I was on the 3rd floor level, so there's bunk bed, bunk bed,
Yeah.
steel frame and cement floor. So I was gonna be sick.
You rolled out of bed.
No, I felt like I was gonna be sick, so I went to the edge, and there's a guy down there, and I felt like I was gonna puke, so I kind of go down the steps, and then I'm like, no, I'm okay, and then I go back into the bed, and then and then basically I have to puke, and I go over to the edge, and I spew all over the ground. And the
that
guy wakes up and he's like, what the fuck? And he's British, and this is a very strong British accent.
What the fuck,
And
mate?
he's like, are you okay? And then I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna clean it up. And then I like fall out of the bunk,
Oh no.
and each frame, bam, 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 and then the cement
What?
on the shin. Oh, I had to have had a concussion at least.
Dun,
Jeez.
dun,
My
dun,
neck's
dun,
really
dun.
never good.
That's fucked.
But
Oh,
and then
my
I'm so drunk, I clean it up.
Yeah.
I go and find a mop and everything, and I clean it up, and I go back into the bed, and the thing's
Jesus.
covered in blood in the morning, and the
Ah.
housekeeper's like, you. and then I had a long beard at the time too, so I went to the reception, and I'm like, does this need stitches? And they're like, yes. So they give me the directions to the hospital, and I go into the hospital, and they're all like, it's like the 1950s, but with like candy stripers everywhere and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like just waiting for them to come to me, and I'm just like, I don't need a band. I just got a band-aid. I'm not gonna get stitches here.
I'll be fine. Yeah.
Because it was
That
kind of
makes
sketchy.
sense.
It was like 50s kind of I don't know.
I remember
didn't seem
smashing
the
my
cleanest,
face
yeah.
once, and it was right here on my chin, and I had it open, like a giant open wound here, and I was like, oh, I don't need a stitch. But then every time, like for a couple years after that, I would go to eat like a piece of pizza and have to like open my mouth real wide, and my fucking jaw would quiver, like I really fucked up some muscles.
Or a
like,
nerve issue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Like, but when I'd have to open my jaw real wide, it would go like kind of like, yeah. And I was like, oh,
I'll
but that
just
was
have some potato salad.
but that was in my like early 20s, and it's never done that since. But I just remember that, like, oh, I really fucked myself up there. I should have got stitches. Yeah. I smashed my tooth out. This is a fake tooth here.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was bad. I went up for a piggyback on this dude, and we were on a hill, and he like cringed or something, and I went way over his shoulders and smashed my face off the ground.
Fuck, I never heard that story.
Yeah.
We have to do a podcast where we interview each other one time.
The dumbest part is we went to a party after that, and it was like way out of town or whatever, and I had to get this chick to like clean my face, because I just showed up with like a bloody face, and I was like, it's fine. And like, no, this chick's like, no, we got to wipe your face. And I should have went to the fucking hospital, but I was drinking. Yeah. And yeah, I'd go to lift my jaw open and like but it doesn't happen anymore. But I remember that when I was
God.
Yeah. that was dumb as fuck. Anyway,
if you're still watching, give us a what's up
Hey,
in the
give
comments.
us a thumbs
Let's see
up.
who's still around here. This has been a good podcast, right?
I like it. You say so. You got the scarification.
That's right. He has more to show off. He has scars
I don't
that he
think.
got
I
on
don't think you
purpose.
want to get up and drop your fucking.
No, he
pants.
does. He does. He does.
I got a phone.
But you got a phone with a picture that we can
Oh,
show.
okay.
people.
Yeah, sure. You got a phone. So Byron, he told me he went to your campsite or something to come track you down today. I didn't think you had a phone, to be honest.
I have no service with.
Oh, okay. So yeah, fair enough. So there's no way to get a hold of you, hey?
No, I've done that for the last year, and I actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
Everywhere I travel, first thing I do, I get a phone.
That's
So I
what
can call
Byron would
someone,
do for the longest
So I
time.
can call someone or book this and book that. All I need is internet
and some
email,
service.
and
Yeah.
email,
Okay.
and I can book anything through online.
Yeah.
I don't need to call anyone or have anyone calling me.
Yeah.
Just make an arrangement with me, and then I'll meet up with you.
No,
Fair
that makes
enough.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Fair
like
enough.
living like how I did back in the 80s when I was a kid.
Okay.
Nostalgic.
Yeah.
In the
Fair
middle
enough,
of
man.
nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I like it. Yeah.
So you're gonna show some scarification here on your phone.
Yeah.
Right. If you guys don't know, scarification is kind of like carving a negative picture out of your skin, like taking the skin away, the negative.
It's like a tattoo, but it's with scars. They just cut
They
your
use
skin
a
off. Where you...
scalpel. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so this is fuck.
And then they skinned me in certain areas. You can see around that neck and
Right. And
So
what is
everything
the
that you
picture?
see- everything you see that's red, they cut the skin
That's
out.
missing skin.
Missing skin.
They use the scalpel to cut it, like a surgeon.
You want to explain it while it's up here real quick?
That's just
It's
the.
gone now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can explain it still.
It's just the beginning of the tattoo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So then you tattooed around it.
No.
Oh.
I'll show you.
Excuse me.
So after that, I'm going the wrong way.
So after that, yeah. So it's a knight and
So
shield.
you can see the blood coming out there.
It's a knight and shield. And how long? That takes weeks
Yeah, I
and
wanna see
weeks.
some blood.
You got it upside down.
Yeah.
It takes weeks and weeks to heal. Yeah.
Yeah, it took about 4 weeks before I got it. tattooed.
Right.
What made you get that?
So what's
it's
the-
my family coat of arms.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, it's
The
my family
Petersons.
crest. Yeah, I took a lot of research to figure out exactly what one was authentic, right? And my
Exactly.
dad-
I
my
remember
dad-
growing up seeing the fridge magnet of my last name's Price. And
Okay.
so there's probably a million
'cause-
prices.
Yeah,
right.
because my
yeah.
dad back in the day had an actual person look into all this.
Yeah.
Professional.
And Price is an English name.
Yeah.
So there is a coat of arms kind of, right?
Because I was going to get my whole family. So like my dad's dad, my dad's mom, my mom's dad kind of thing. But this is the only one I've gotten so far.
Okay. Yeah.
So after they did that, they rubbed black ink in it.
Oh, holy shit.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So now it is a tattoo.
I've never seen that before, where they scarf.
Here, let's show that up to the camera.
Damn, now it looks like a tattoo. Like that's crazy. I've never seen that process.
Yeah, so after the design was cut in there, then he takes this, it's like the deodorant roll, the circle one. It's like that, and he just dips it in the black ink and rolls it in there. And immediately, because it's like fresh, no skin there at all, and it's been cut, it heals and adheres to the
right. Tissue. Yeah.
So it's basically
I got stabbed with a pencil, and that fucking mark is still there as a kid.
But
we need a Patreon so people can like pay to see behind the scenes footage, like this guy's actual fucking.
It's like
okay.
Bruised and
stuff.
Okay. Yeah. And then
no, I like that. I'm still I'd sooner get the tattoo than the scarification for sure.
Yeah, it's like you have to go through the pain twice.
You can see where the staining is by the definition in that.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, definitely.
When the scar is starting to come up. It's starting to.
I know what you mean, and then it's gonna protrude in the end. Yeah.
Dwayne saying, "Damn, scarification is brutal." Reminds me of that crazy Popek monster guy, and Popek monster. That's where I first learned about this shit. But with the ink, though, that's next level.
Yeah.
And then it's not finished yet. And then I got the stencil.
Oh, whoa. And then this got tattooed on?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like a full coat of arms.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see the finished product.
Yeah, because when I remember looking up the Price one, there's those lions and stuff. Like a lot of those English ones have those.
Oh, they were all Leos too, eh?
No. There's a lot of those weird lions where it's like.
Damn, there you go. That's a coat of arms.
Yeah.
Dope, man.
It's 3D. So like you can even like feel the stars, and then it's like the yellow is ingrained, but it hurt like a bitch when they. Tattooing over the scars.
Yeah.
So like I was riding the bus and my leg was dripping with blood after the tattoo.
Oh, and this is where it's done?
Yeah.
Oh,
because going over the scar tissue,
this
right?
This is the finished product. Ladies and gentlemen.
Well, it's like going over the scar tissue. Blood. Yeah.
Damn.
No, I like that. That's awesome. Yeah. That's a long fucking road to go down with a lot of pain, god damn it.
Yeah.
It didn't hurt that. And that's after it's all healed completely.
All healed completely. We'll do that one too. Sure.
I'll just do that.
Yeah. If you're just listening, we're sorry.
We're at 3 views here. We'll get it up. Right. Anyways, no, that one, that's sweet. I really like that. I'd like to know the heritage of my name too, but my mother was adopted kind of thing. So it's all up in the air.
I believe we had some cups with our family crest on it, and they were in a storage unit, and the guy that owned it fucked off with like all my uncle's stuff. So I think we kind of lost that stuff then. I don't know if I still have access to the family crest, but I would love to see that and get a tattoo. I always thought that since high school. I was like, I should get that tattoo.
It'd be nice, yeah.
And the tattoo artist, he said he normally doesn't do these because they're just a pain to actually do.
Oh, yeah.
All the intricate detail.
But he had never collaborated with a scarification. So he wanted to do the collaboration with a friend of his.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
Sweet.
So now that the snow's all melted, you're kind of camping, roughing it out.
I'm waiting for my work to start up because the cut blocks are still too much snow, so we can't do any test pits or anything.
And you're gonna work on archaeology kind of thing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And what are you looking to uncover?
Basically see if there's any human presence that was there in the past.
What area? Are you allowed to say the area or?
We work all over, but I don't actually have my schedule quite yet because we're being delayed because
you're waiting for grants and stuff like that.
Well, there's an academic archaeology and then there's like corporate archaeology.
So we're
consultants. So we work with the government, but we also with like forestry. So they have to get these assessments done before they can cut into a new area.
Really?
Okay.
So you're not
so it's like the Heritage
damaging.
Conservation Act, which anything predates 1846. And also we're on the lookout for like endangered species and
Wow.
birds' nests and all this kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever found anything pretty
It's
crazy? Or?
my first year coming.
Oh,
back
okay.
to- yeah, because I traveled. I got my degree and I traveled.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, at least you had that in your back pocket kind of thing.
Yeah.
Do you,
that's sweet, dude.
Do you know, like, do they send you to, like, do you think they're going to send you to pretty recluse places?
Yeah, they're
like,
going to send you places sometimes where you only can get in through either helicopter.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, and ATVing. We had to do that.
Do you ever have to like go in on like through a river or whatever, like on a boat or something?
Yeah, but it can only be a certain size and it can't have any animals in it. And if it does, then you have to get permission from like owner of the land and the government or something.
Right. Yeah.
Which
even on a helicopter, usually you need people in there to build a pad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Otherwise, you got to hope
or they'll just drop you off and fuck
and
off.
I have
you got to hope for a perfect place
I have
to land.
Occupational first aid 1 and transportation endorsement as well.
Okay.
So I can like prep you and get you onto that helicopter.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so this is your first year back. Does that mean you were traveling last year? You were through the pandemic?
No, actually, right before the pandemic hit, what I was going to do is I was going to quit my job and I was going to go kayaking. My goal was from
find me down the fucking river.
Find Victoria to Argentina was my goal.
To kayak all the way there?
Because
I think you're going to hit the ocean a couple of times.
No, but then COVID hit.
Like right down the coast, I guess.
And then COVID hit.
Right.
So I couldn't leave the country or anything, and I kind of
you'd have to like get over to the Colorado River or something, basically.
No,
and
you
hit a
just
couple
go
dams on the way.
All the way down the coast. So if you go in summertime,
you literally do the
by
ocean.
the time you get to like, because you go through like Seattle, like so Washington State.
I've driven up the
California.
coast.
Yeah, and then by the time you get to Mexico, it should be turning into summer again.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What would the customs be like for the fucking borders?
See, and that's the problem with COVID. I couldn't leave. I couldn't leave the country.
You couldn't legally do it. Yeah.
No.
Now you can though.
Yeah, I can, but now I'm off of doing other things.
He's actually signed on to work.
I have an Oru kayak.
Oru?
Origami.
Is that one
kayak.
with like an arm off the side?
No, it's a folding kayak. So it's made out of corrugated cardboard. Wow. It's UV protected. Yeah. It's an awesome company from California.
Okay.
Wow.
Nice.
It's made out of cardboard, but it doesn't like
I carry it like a backpack. It's like
crazy.
Sits out like that much. And it's like 36 pounds. It can carry 450.
Jesus.
Yeah. And it's awesome on the ocean. I used it all the time when I was on Hornby last summer.
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
Hornby Island.
No.
It's called the Hawaii of Canada.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I like to know that we have a Hawaii.
The best beaches.
Yeah.
Cool.
Are we getting comments here?
I never heard of. No, we have 3 people watching.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I heard. Sorry. I'm having a brain fart. What was it? Oh yeah, the fucking kayak, man. I've never heard of a kayak you can turn into a backpack. That's crazy. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Right.
Looks like a kayak.
Yeah.
So my friend told me he lived in Victoria. He said he was out on a boat and all of a sudden his boat was getting tentacles grabbed on him. Imagine if you're on that little thing. Like you'd be fucked, dude. Like there are giant squid out there.
Yeah, but you're also, if I was doing that trip, I'm skirting the coast.
Yeah.
So you're not so
it's pretty
deep.
safe. Yeah.
Yeah. So
he's not going across the ocean in a kayak.
I'd be no more than like a mile or a mile and a half from the coast.
Right.
Yeah.
Because then you can get inland when you need to tent and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
You can never fall asleep on the water or you're dead.
Right. Well, especially without that arm off the
I don't
side.
think I'd be able to fall asleep in a kayak.
I don't know. Yeah.
No, I couldn't.
Well,
ever.
There's that story.
I can't even fall asleep on the fucking couch, man.
The guy with the longest kayaking record in the world went from Germany to Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And he started it pre-World War II. And then he ended up being a German during World War II when he landed in Australia.
Oh,
so he got in a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, he went like 2 days straight without any sleep, paddling constantly just to cross into like a new landmass or something.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah.
No thanks.
Over open water.
Imagine you're just sitting there like, gotta stay awake.
I gotta do it. Yeah.
And then what do you stop, have a bite to eat if you have
exactly.
Let's keep going. fucking.
That's awesome. I really think as your story unfolds, we'd like to have you back.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Keep kind of updating us on what you're up to and stuff. Yeah, right. Like if you're into it, fuck yeah.
Yeah, sure.
You just come on by, let us know. We do this every Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
Sounds
We
good.
used to do a lot longer episodes, but we've been trying to scale it back a little bit.
We
But
used
at the
to
same
just
time,
do long-winded fucking spiels.
we
and
just go
stuff.
for it, and we
yeah.
still kind of do. I mean, I don't
Okay.
like the idea of like ending things early by any means, but
Excuse me with that one, but
you definitely
yeah,
have a lot of content. We didn't even
Yeah.
get halfway through your story.
No.
You know, we didn't. Even get
Hey,
your
don't
full
let us
story
cut you
yet.
off if you got something more to go.
Oh,
Please
no,
do.
No, I can tell you some other time.
Oh no, we're not done yet. We just
We're just kind of segueing here.
yeah.
Okay.
We're kind of we're getting towards the end. Let's put it that way.
But anyways, yeah, that's fucking crazy to kayak down south. That'd be nuts.
That was a goal, but I never got to it.
Exactly. Like I
Yeah.
said, I grew up in America. I would love to go see America right now, but it's just the Canadian government's making it a bitch kind of thing for us to do anything at all. But what I'm trying to get at is if you ever do, please come back and tell us your story. Kind of thing, right? Like that's amazing.
Well, I have some random things on my kind of, let's say, bucket list, right?
Yeah.
Like, have you ever thought about when you're a kid and what you'd be interested in doing? It was always like the weirdest shit, right? Like I want to be a cowboy, or I want to
exactly. I wanted to be an astronaut.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
You still want to be an astronaut?
No, but like actually, I was thinking about this. I could still be a cowboy. I can go volunteer on a farm for food and accommodation.
Oh yeah, anyone can be a cowboy. You want to go haying? It's almost hay season here. Let's do it.
I've done that. I've worked mostly I work on farms when I travel, right?
That makes sense.
So in Greece, I took care of rabbits, pigeons, chickens.
Cool.
Yeah. And horses and
growing up we had to go haying like almost every year kind of thing. That was a job. That was like an odd job. The shittiest job I had growing up was rock picking.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of this?
No.
The Mennonites would have like fucking hundreds of acres of fields way out over the across the ferry that we took to go to that wedding. Mennonite fields for hundreds of acres.
Just growing Mennonites.
And they would till the whole field. And then those tills would pull up giant rocks. Mm-hmm. So they would just troll around on tractors while hundreds of us would walk these fields and pick up the biggest rocks and put it in the bucket of these tractors. So you're ruining your shoes because like obviously I didn't wear nice shoes. I was like 14, 15 or something. Wearing my skate shoes or something. Walking through these tilled fields, and then you would come up to rocks literally like 2 by 2 foot rocks, pick it up, throw it into this fucking tractor bucket and keep on going for hundreds of acres. That was literally like one of the worst jobs I ever did. Honestly, tree planting was one of the worst jobs. Like rock picking, sure, but that was probably because I was so young and I didn't have muscles to do it. But you were just hiking, picking up rocks. Tree planting was fucking horrible.
That's got to be the worst job.
I hear it's a job you can either make really good money if you're really good, or
that's
shitty
it.
money
And it
if
takes
you're not
years to get really
not
good.
just that. Part of being really good is not giving a fuck about the hundreds of mosquitoes that are constantly on you, whether it's raining or fucking 30 degrees out.
And in BC,
be like, hey, I'm happy to be out here and not working in the fucking city.
In BC, you're planting up a fucking hill. In Alberta and Saskatchewan, you got like flat ground and it's tilled so that like your length, your width spacing is already done for you. You just have to space in front of you.
You get paid more per
in
tree,
BC,
though.
you have to space fucking forward and sideways.
But you get paid more per tree when you're like doing like different terrains and stuff.
I know
like
a guy
that.
that's like 45 and he's just quitting now. He did it every year from like basically he's a cook in the winter and he's a tree planter in the summer.
Yeah.
And he's been doing that for like so long now.
Oh,
He's
dude,
finally,
I did some
pushing
tree
50,
planting
he's like,
for
"I can't do
1
it."
year, not even a whole year. I quit halfway through. I was like, that is the most bullshit job in the world. And maybe it's because I'm so tall.
It is.
And it
That's
was
a big
really
reason.
hard for me to bend down and shit. I could carry a ton of trees, but like it was fucking hard for me to
I
bend
hear
down.
the lining for some people, if they're not spaced perfect.
You got to replant it for
Yeah,
free.
for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For free.
You're getting paid per
And
tree,
that's
right?
that's what
They
made me
get paid
quit.
to do it
It's
again.
like I did my best, and like all of a sudden buddy's like, yeah, you got to redo that whole plot.
Did you have a
trees.
you have
I was
a
like,
quota?
fuck you.
Yeah,
Quota, no quota, no. And so that's just it. Some days you would only make like $80 and you did like a 12-hour day or something, right? And you're just like, dude, this is fucking ass. Like, oh my God.
I think you need to be a smaller person for that.
Right.
Because so bending over isn't such a problem.
And you got to be willing to put in the time to get good.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. Same with everything. But I mean, when I left that, I went diamond drilling, and I was like geological surveying is what it is. And fuck me. I was like, oh, my body is beneficial to this. Like, I look at the smaller guys that are struggling. I'm like, this is fucking easy. Kind of thing, right? Because we're just lifting giant rods and threading them together. Yeah.
I always thought that diamond mining would be interesting because in Nunavut, when I lived up there,
Yeah.
there was the mines, and the guys would.
I've drilled in Nunavut before.
I lived in Iqaluit.
Oh, Cambridge Bay, kind of Hope Bay is where I was.
Okay.
But we weren't diamond mining. We were diamond drilling, which is drilling with diamond bits.
Okay.
For minerals like gold.
Yeah.
So that way they can diamond.
They would be out for like 4 months at a time, and then when they came back, they'd be flush with cash.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was nuts. Like I as a fucking early 20-year-old. A clear as far as the government's concerned, 10 grand a month. Yeah. Stupid money. Insane, right? But it's
which
just
is nothing for the company itself too.
Yeah, it's hard to like it's hard to do that when you don't have a life.
Yeah.
And then you come home and you're like, fuck, what do I do for these 2 weeks till I go back to work?
That's why a lot of guys blew their money on like
hookers and blow. Yeah. Instantly. Yeah.
Alex and I just got drunk all the time.
Some drank and traveled. Some traveled.
Yeah. When you're smart.
There was one guy that I knew that always, I wasn't up there, but he always put that money aside, and then he bought a house, and then we rented that house out.
That's smart.
Smart person.
Then he went, just his renter was paying for a trip for 2 weeks for him to go anywhere in the world.
Yeah. Exactly.
I gotta dip real quick.
Dude, I gotta pee so bad. Oh fuck, I've been holding it in.
You guys hold down the fort.
All right, let's hold down the fort. All right, so we talked about your backpacking and whatnot. You said you hit 5 different continents.
Yeah.
Okay, so how long did you spend travel? Like, were you just going on like a trip and then coming home for a while working, or were you just gone for years traveling the world?
So it basically worked out like this. My first trip by myself.
A little closer to the mic.
My first trip by myself was when I was 18. I went to Europe for 2 weeks.
Okay.
And loved it ever since. So when I came back, I moved to Banff, Alberta for 2 years, and I worked and saved in a hotel, the Banff Park Lodge, actually.
Wow, I love that.
I started as the bellboy, and then I went to a front desk and everything. And
you ever work at the Banff Springs Hotel?
No.
I did the flooring there. A lot of the flooring there, actually, with an old company I used to work with. That was a fun time.
Okay. Yeah, Banff is an awesome place.
Hell yeah. It's so beautiful. When you went to Europe alone, that must have been a cool feeling. You went at 18. I traveled for my first time in 2016 by myself to Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Never been there before.
Yeah, it was Amsterdam too.
Really?
Yeah. And then I went to
then
I went to Germany for Oktoberfest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's funny. I went to Germany. I went to Dusseldorf. I love Dusseldorf. So Amsterdam and Dusseldorf, my two favorite cities. I've been to Amsterdam. I've been to both of them, I think 4 or 5 times. Like, I lost track. I every time I go back to Europe, I mean to go somewhere else, but I just end up spending all my time in those 2 places.
They're awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about Amsterdam?
Well, I had this favorite cafe, and it was like 3 floors. No, 2 floors.
Yeah.
Sorry. It had a window, and then there was
there graffiti all over?
No, I don't think so. But there was the red light district right across the street, like the window.
Okay.
And
did the window go all the way from the first floor to the second floor? Like you can come up and like
with the girl? No, I was in a cafe and it was across the street from the red
Oh,
light.
sorry. Okay, yeah.
So this was back when you could have I think this was 2004 or 5 or something. 3. So you could smoke and drink in the cafes. So
you can only smoke in them now, right?
Yeah,
I don't think you can.
They were trying. They were talking about bringing that law in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I would just time the amount of time it would take for a girl to go in a window, have a guy go in, close the curtain, and come back out after the guy leaves. And it was an average of like 4 minutes.
Wow.
Some were even quicker.
Right.
Yeah. And then I remember I was walking stoned.
Wait, how long did you last though?
Oh, I don't pay for it.
So you're literally going around trying to meet chicks.
I beat their score.
So
but
you come here often.
I was drunk and stoned and everything. I was walking around just like tripped out of my balls.
Yeah.
And there was this girl, she was like 450 pounds and like a black girl with a red bikini, bright red bikini, like. And I stopped and I looked in the window and I just had to stop and see. And then she comes chasing me down the street saying, "Hey, boy, I know you like it.
I know you want this.
Let's go.
Get this.
You thought about it. She's like, let's go."
And I was like running.
Really? That sounds nice. Yeah.
It's a fun time in Amsterdam.
I've
never had a hooker chase me, but
it sounds expensive compared to most places in Europe, though.
I got one for Thailand in Chiang Mai.
Oh,
okay.
Ladyboy.
So
Ladyboy story.
No,
Chiang Mai, way up in the woods. Yeah,
in the north. I rode elephant.
It's in the jungle. Yeah.
Is that where Alan was?
He flew to Chiang Mai and then went to Pai on a bus. Okay. He stayed in Pai.
Okay. So me and my buddy were drunk, walking around all these little streets and stuff, and there was one sign that had it was like a Thai massage parlor, but it had blowjobs this price.
Really?
Jobs this price.
Holy
Thai
fuck.
massage this price.
They're just very blunt.
Yeah, and then we're drunk, trying to get our cameras out and take pictures, and the girls are hearing this, so they're coming running out, and they're trying to block it. But my buddy took the picture right when the girl was like that, and she's presenting it. And they're like that.
Someone told me a story the other day. Actually, just the other day. They said they went to Thailand or Mexico, actually, right. And
Tijuana.
And this one guy who's not very good with women, some chick was all over him, right? And they went out back into the alley, and she had red lipstick on, and she's kissing his pants, right in the front, right? And then she's like, "I'm gonna go grab a condom. I'll be right back." And he's waiting and waiting. Chick doesn't come back. Well, his wallet's missing too.
Oh, yeah.
So he goes looking for this chick, and he's like, "This is what she looked like." And they're like, "No, that's actually a guy. They do this all the time. It's a dude that dresses up as a chick and does this."
Wow.
So this guy comes back to Canada. I guess his friends are real good friends. They put his fucking pants up with the kiss marks on it. I guess it made the newspapers here too. So they had the newspaper article with his pants with the fucking lipstick on it.
Nice.
It's
see, I never saw that, but the place that I was at was so frequented by people every single, it wasn't transient.
Okay.
So it's you kind of got to keep it fucking you kind of got to keep it legit for those guys. And like I said, it was a health place. They really tried to keep it
So you never made it to the full moon party?
No. I didn't even drink.
What is that again?
I didn't drink the whole time I was in Thailand.
It's just one big party on an island, and it's on the beach.
Right.
And it's about the full moon, and it's just an excuse for everyone to get shit faced, and everything
just
sold
go wild.
Out. Yeah, and people are passed out on the beach.
I would have a Mai Tai.
Yeah.
If it was my day off, because I would train, right? So then if you got drunk the next day, your training is useless, completely useless. Yeah. So I wouldn't drink, and then, but if I went to the beach, I would go get a Mai Tai in a plastic cup, and I would go sit in the water or whatever. But it made you feel like shit. Like when you're actually trying to be like athletic and stuff, and it's that hot out, and you need to drink like 2 liters water a day with the orange powder, electrolytes and stuff. Yeah, it made you feel like shit. So I really didn't drink at all the whole time, pretty much.
Ryan says, "Lady boy, Alex, tell your story now."
Lady boy.
Or
so,
I think he's saying Lady Boy Alex.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. So I saw one lady boy the whole time I was there, and the lady boys there are like strung out drug addicts. You can tell the ones.
Then you also have those like pageants going on in open.
I heard that you
not
can
not
tell
that I
they're-
saw, but you could tell because they're strung out drug addicts that are probably looking to be like hookers or whatever, right? But you can seriously tell.
They're like chicks, but they're dudes.
Right? But they're hobo like drug addicts.
I heard that you can tell which ones are ladyboys because they try harder and they look better. They said the hottest ones are the ladyboys.
But I wouldn't hang out. I wouldn't hang out at the bars. From
experience.
Yeah. Someone that I know that went before, even Alex, said when he came back, he's like, you could tell which ones are guys. They're the hottest ones because they try so hard to look good, right?
So you know Charlie Sheen then, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
And yeah, until that recent news article about how they're doing womb transplants now, India is surpassing Thailand in sex change operations as like the sex change operation capital of the world. That's right. Yeah. But yeah, when I was there, you could tell the lady boys because they were the strung out drug addicts, kind of like literally like skinny as shit. Because you could see like the female Thai body is still like hourglass kind of round, but the male Thai body is straight up like beanstalk
and with an Adam's apple.
Yeah, and the Adam's apple really gives it away. But then the lady boy, unless they were like healthy, but I saw one at least in prominence, completely strung out, and maybe I saw more than that. But I want to say the ones that I saw were ladyboys that fight. Because I was in I don't know if you ever heard of this. It's called the Soya Phuket. It's literally like 10 Muay Thai gyms in a row. It's like the Las Vegas Strip.
I think I've seen a video of
it's like the Las Vegas Strip of Muay Thai gyms. So this one road has like 10 Muay Thai gyms in a row.
How do you pick the one?
You literally, for me, I showed up that day. I went and walked up and down, and I picked the one that was the busiest because I wanted the most heavyweights.
Okay.
Right? Because I need to find people over 200 pounds to train with me. So I knew from social media which one was the busiest, but I went and I looked around and I found that one. And the weirdest thing is I showed up at like 2 a.m. because I chose the cheapest flight I could find that landed
I've
me.
done that too.
That landed me there at 2 a.m. I got a cab that fucking tore ass. Like it went like over 120 or something all the way to my hotel. Show up and they're closed. And they're closed till 8 a.m. and it's like 2. So I'm there with my luggage. All my luggage was just a hiking backpack kind of thing. But so I'm sitting there walking up and down this like monumental strip of gyms. Okay. But everything's closed for like the next 6 hours. And to me, like in Canada time, it was 10 a.m.
Yeah.
So I wasn't tired at all, but everyone there is like drunk walking around after the bar just closed kind of thing. Like there's a lot of Australians. There were some that were like being nice. They're like, "Oh mate, we'll find you a fucking place to sleep," kind of thing. And I was like, "I don't want to sleep, dude. I'm fucking wide awake. Like leave me alone." And they're like, they know the locals because like I said, everything is really tight. No one like comes and goes. Everyone stays there for like months at a time kind of thing. So they knew the people. They're like, "This guy needs a place to sleep." And one of the massage parlors there is like, yeah, you come sleep on the massage bed tonight. And I was like, I'm not even fucking tired. Please, like, leave me alone.
One of the hardest things to do is find a hostel in Bangkok.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you stay in a hostel?
No. I stayed in a full on, I forget what you would call it, but they can't, it wasn't a motel, like a big building. It was a ground level place. Yeah. Where they would come and change my sheets like 2-3 times a week and stuff like that and clean your place. But it was a motel.
What I liked is you had the geckos on the wall, so they'd all the mosquitoes.
No, never saw that. No,
yeah,
but the door under my door was like a good ½ inch of daylight. So fucking bugs came in. I remember I woke up one day with a spider bite on my face.
Okay.
So all of a sudden, like, boom, I have this giant fucking thing. But the good thing about the pharmacies there is they're just as good as walk-in clinics. You walk in there and you say like, oh, I got a bug bite on my face, and they're like, you have to speak like around here people would call you racist, but you have to be like, look, bug bite face kind of thing. And but the pharmacy are damn near doctors. They're like, yes, you use this kind of thing.
Yeah.
They're really nice. They gave me a lot of shit. I said, oh, my nose stuffed, fucking boom, you squirt this up your nose. And my friend's been there before. He's the guy who told me like where to stay and stuff. He told me one of the pharmacies you go to, and they sold me Valium over the counter. I said, hey, I need Valium.
I got them for bus rides.
Really?
Yeah.
And they just sell it to you over the counter.
Yeah.
No prescription or nothing. Yeah. It's crazy. Hey, like I never took one. I bought it from allegedly.
You're on like a 12 to 20 hour bus ride. Yeah.
So
there you go. You'd want something. Yeah.
We're actually nearing the end of the show here.
Yeah.
While I took that step out of the room, someone tipped me off that I should ask you about skydiving. So I'd like to hear about that before we wrap this up. I don't know what that means, by the way. I was just told to ask you about skydiving.
I avoided the horse and I hit the fence.
On your fucking land.
Is that it? That was the amazing. Thanks, Byron.
Where did you go? Where did you go skydiving?
So Victoria. I was
okay.
Part of the Victoria Skydiving Club.
So you got to watch out for the ocean the whole time.
No, where we dove over polo field.
No, I don't know. I've never been to Victoria, honestly. Sorry.
Okay.
But you dove over a field and
Amsterdam area. Yeah.
And there's horses there.
Yeah.
And
there was one horse. Yeah. So basically, I went out of the plane and I hit the side of I went out the doors right here. And then there's the back part. I hit the back part and I went into a bit of a spin.
Oh, okay.
And then when I finally got stabilized,
you hit the back part of the door?
Yeah. Well, it's like a little Cessna, so it's like propellers down.
Oh, right.
And then it has the back wings there.
Right. So you have no hope to deploy your parachute kind of thing.
No, it just put me into a spin. And then when I finally stabilized, it felt like forever, but it was like seconds, right?
Yeah.
And then I pulled my chute and then I had end cell malfunctions. So I needed to give lift into the inner. So I was fiddling around with that. And then I was just amazed by how beautiful it was. And then the guy.
Oh, this is not. Oh, wait, I'm dying.
And then the guy on the ground's like, hey, you're drifting too far away if you want to land.
And you got this comm in your ear?
Yeah,
or something?
He's down on the field. He's like directing me.
Okay.
So I basically do a sharp turn, and you're losing altitude while you're doing that.
Yeah.
But there was no way I could get back to the field. So I basically I'm coming in hot, and there's a barbed wire fence right here. There's a horse right here, and this is the field I'm supposed to end. And I'm like coming here. I'm pretty much sure that I'm gonna have a hard landing because if I put my end cell,
could be a lot harder from the fence.
I'm hoping that I don't hit this horse. I'm like, I hope I don't. I hope I don't. And I was like probably like 5 feet above the horse's head. But I'm coming at the fence, and the fence is like
barbed
this.
Wire fence.
Yeah, and I'm going this speed, and I keep going down. But if I pulled my chute for like landing, like
for lift,
yeah, I would have basically taken off my neck at that point.
Because you had something there?
Well, the barbed wire fence, I was kind of calculating in my head. Like if I got lift right now, I'm probably going to lift and it's going to take my head off. So I decided to take the hit. So there's a pole right there. I put my 2 legs together and then I took out the whole fence and I did a roll into the barbed wire. Oh, no. And there's blood dripping all down my face. And
wow, that's still probably better than hitting a horse because you might have fucking died right there. Yeah,
or the horse.
Definitely the horse, but let's sacrifice a horse just to live here and there.
But he's the Trojan horse.
How long of a recovery was that?
That was probably like 6 weeks because I had like hip dysplasia and stuff. I went to the hospital too. I wanted to do the very next jump, but they're like, do you think you can land? There's still blood all over and my face swelled up.
Right.
Yeah.
Shit. Well, John, this has been a great interview.
This has been amazing. I liked it. Yeah. And like I said, anytime you feel like it, we do this on Thursdays. You tell us. All right. You tell us, good. And you got a spot kind of thing, just like you did today. You just hop on.
We're gonna have.
It's pretty chill.
Yeah, we're gonna have Byron on next week, I think.
Yeah.
Byron's gonna tell us the tale of his fucking failed mountain biking career.
Yep. Byron actually is the one that got him on the show tonight. Yeah. I think Byron's just too scared to do it himself. He's like, take him instead.
We'll see. That's the second time. That's the second time Byron's cheaped out on us.
He's downstairs now, so you can tell him what you really think.
And our 5 listeners know it. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Crowded Room Podcast. John Peterson.
Hell yeah.
Jer Pilsick and Alex Price. Cheers to another good fucking episode. We really appreciate this.
Mr. Arancino.
I'll let you guys know that the dark is not that dark. I've been there and back. I've risen. This is a goddamn phoenix from the ashes. I've known the name of the Dark Lord and I've spoken to his children and whatnot. And I am here to tell you, look into the dark as well as the light.
Let's end this show so we can go back to laying on the couch.
I am Alex Price. This is Jer Pilsick speaking for John Peterson. This is us telling you goodbye.